God. On the topic of like Sam Bankman-Fried, FTX, and how they're having their court hearing tomorrow, and I know everyone is so hyper-focused on that. We've made a couple videos on it. I will talk about it if anything breaks that's new, but we'll just have to wait and see. Aside from that, I have to say the most bizarre and perplexing thing I've seen when it comes to like human behavior and scammers and scam artists is the insurance fraud industry, filing a fake insurance claim and police report as if they're a victim of getting hit by a vehicle and, you know, their vehicle has been damaged by another vehicle, and it's just not the case. Amazes me. It really, really amazes me. It's such a fascinating thing to see when it comes to human interaction and how a human being can be standing on a sidewalk and you can be driving slowly down the street or stopped. You're just completely stopped or reversing slowly. And a person will throw themselves onto your vehicle or just step in front of your vehicle and then act like they got hurt and they're a victim of a car accident, an incident. I find it very fascinating. It's quite insane. And if you've seen the videos, because they're probably the most documented scams that happen publicly out there on the internet, if you haven't, it really is what it is. I've seen some really crazy ones where people with like a motorcycle, they'll drive down a street and it's not a very busy street. Usually these things will happen like very late into the night, like between 12 a.m., midnight, and then like 3, 4 in the morning. But I've seen one where somebody drove their motorcycle way down the street, not a busy one, and then they laid their motorcycle on the ground. They laid under their motorcycle and they waited like a fish going to a fishing line for bait. They just waited for a vehicle for hours to come until one came. They didn't know they were being watched by CCTV footage. And they tried to file a fake police report, an insurance claim against that person's insurance. It's insane. I've also seen one where somebody takes off their front bumper. They park their car halfway in the ditch and halfway off the side of the highway, and then they will wait laying outside their car with the bumper nicely placed off, and they will wait till somebody comes. It's just crazy human behavior. You can't help but wonder when you look at it and be like, there's got to be like a neurological disorder there. Like there's no way in a court system and insurance like this is going to fly, especially when involving vehicles, right? Like when you have a vehicle involved, you have to be able to prove to insurance that that vehicle that you're filing against, you're putting a claim against to get insurance out of, you have to prove that they actually hit you. So there's going to be damage to your vehicle. There's going to be damage to their vehicle. Surely there's got to be some type of lacerations against you, bruising against you because you've been in an accident, maybe some whiplash. Your body's going to induce some form of trauma, you would think, you would assume, right? Especially with like the motorcycle incident. The guy is laying on the fucking ground for hours and his motorcycle's on top of him. You would assume he's got a broken arm, broken leg, his bike is damaged. Nope. Like, I don't get it. Like, if you're going to play the part, at least play the part. Which, on the other hand, when we're talking about like pedestrian incidents, I can get where, insurance claims and insurance scams are the biggest industry to fraud against. And the reason why it's so popular for people is because unlike a vehicle where you have to prove that there's damages to your vehicle to insurance, when it comes to like a pedestrian incident, that person can just self-inflict wounds on them and bruises on them and scratches on them to where unless you have a dash cam that captured the incident, you're kind of fucked. You're really screwed. You really are. So I know some people argue, well, it doesn't work in that scenario. Like, how else would you prove it unless you have dash cam footage, right? It's such a fucking schemy thing, but it has to be the most entertaining and hilarious things that I've seen captured on video of humans where you wouldn't even look at it as a human interaction and scenario. It looks like it's like an alien from another planet that gets dropped off and is trying to interact on this planet, and this is what they do. They just throw themselves into non-moving vehicles. It's crazy. And I wanted to show you guys this because yesterday I saw this video of this person who was driving home on New Year's Eve. Get this. They were driving home 2 in the morning, and it was somewhere like in Hong Kong, maybe China or Tokyo, somewhere over there. All right. And as they were driving home, they came to a 4-way stop, and they turned left. So they're merging into their left lane onto a new street. And as they do that, as soon as they do that, this guy runs up and jumps on the hood of their car. And then he proceeds. It's the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen when it comes to somebody trying to fraud another individual from their insurance and file a fake police report. Because he then proceeds to roll around in circles, steamrolling on the ground. You know the thing that you did as kids, you know, with your cousins, siblings, you'd steamroll over each other. He did that for 2 whole minutes on the ground in circles. I couldn't fucking believe what I saw. It is the most ridiculous clip ever. I'll try and find it for you guys here. January 1st, 2023. Again, it's somewhere like I think it's Hong Kong. But yeah. Oh my god. And then you think, oh, he jumped on it. That's probably fair game. He's good, right? Like, that's good enough to sell it. Now just act like you're hurt, dude. Just play the part. You don't have to play like Leonardo DiCaprio. You're not going to get an Oscar. You don't have to be a perfect actor. Just, if you're going to play the part, and now act like you're hurt. And this is him acting like he's hurt. He does this for 2 whole minutes. Two whole minutes. Now, if this was me, I would pull off to the left and I would just drive away. I'd just get out of there. The second he's like out of the way from my tires, I'd get out of there. But if this was like America, North America, I think once it gets to the 2-minute mark, many people would just run his ass over, give him a good lesson if he survives. And yeah, he's not ever going to do that again. People would not have patience for that. Ambulance ends up coming, and not even the paramedics in the ambulance are getting out to help this guy. They're like, yeah, man, this is the 3rd time we've seen this tonight. Happened just 4 blocks down the other way. How the fuck is this happening? Is this like, everyone taking shrooms and DMT tonight? Look at him. He's still spinning. I really wish I knew what they were saying in the vehicle right now. I wish I knew what they were saying in the vehicle. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to these scam artists doing these things, they like are missing something. It's like they're not all there. It's like they did have a lobotomy. There's a piece of their brain. They have a neurological disorder because it's like it wasn't thought out. It almost seems like it was instantaneous in the moment. They just thought, oh shit, good idea. Boom. You know, not even the paramedics are falling for it because they know. They just know. He's going. He's like going under the car. You think he would catch on and be like, nobody's stopping to help and these people haven't gotten out of the car to help. Oh, fuck. I gotta act like, you know, I'm actually hurt. Nobody's coming to help me. I'm just gonna keep rolling. I'm just gonna keep rolling. Clearly that indicates that the impact from the car was at such a high velocity that I'm gonna steamroll for 2 whole minutes. That's proof I'm hurt. All right, so it looks like the paramedics came and he decided nobody's buying into his scam, so he's gonna go off to the side now. I mean, can you imagine driving at 2, 3 in the morning, you're going home, maybe you're downtown, and clearly this was all planned out because there's no way in hell this guy would do this in like a suburban area where it's not really busy. because the chances of a police coming and you actually find a police report or a proper insurance claim, it wouldn't happen. You'd be waiting for hours for police to come typically, because it just wouldn't be as important. In a highly densely populated, trafficked area, like that looked like a downtown area, this guy knew what he was doing. He planned out at least that much, that he wanted to be in a very busy, trafficked area to throw himself in front of a car. And yeah, it just, I don't even know. I have no words. It's just, it's fucking crazy. Like, what a fucking crazy world that this is so common. And this is the biggest industry when it comes to scam artists actually making money. It's so bad. It's so unbelievable. But if you don't have a dash cam, you kind of are fucked in that situation. I mean, I would drive away. I would drive away. I ain't having it. But yeah, if you're unlucky and there's police right there and you have to prove, you just got to hope that there's witnesses.